was 16 years old and I was going to summer school. We'd be in there rapping. Bunch of brothers, everybody spitting bars, just ciphering. There's a sister by the name of Ebony pulled us to the side. She's like, yo, I'm working on this project. I want y'all to come to the studio and I'm gonna pay y'all to rap. You gonna pay me to rap? Pay me what? She's like, man, I got a few hundred for you. You gonna give me a couple $100 to rap on your song? And I said, man, I ain't never doing nothing else. Growing up in the city of Oakland, California, you really don't see yourself going far at all. You know, that life expectancy that they give you, that they try to tell to you and brainwash you is 18. You barely won't make it to see 25. All you see around you is death, desolate areas, no opportunity, and it feels like the walls are closing in. In the 60s and the 70s, Oakland was a home base for Black identity, Black consciousness, Black social revolution, from the Black Panthers, the Brown Berets, the social mecca of Black identity, what they would call Black nationalism, was kind of like birthed here. In the 80s and the 90s, crack cocaine was flooded in Oakland and LA, heavy. Crack hit the streets and all of our parents was on drugs, heavy. You was either selling drugs or you was using drugs. But at the end of the day, you were addicted to the drugs. My mother and my father were on the side of the drug use, which forced me to move around a lot as a young kid. Grandmother's house, auntie's house, here and there, not knowing when you might see your mom again, your father being in the penitentiary, in and out of jail, him still fighting his addictions and fighting his demons. And you know, it forces you to grow fast, because here it is, a child having to watch themselves at 7, 8 years old, walking home from school, doing things like this by themselves. You learn fast. You learn fast, and we grew up fast, man. We grew up fast, and by the time that my mother got clean and recovered being clean, I was like, had the attitude like, yo, I'm ready for the world. I'm grown at 11 and 12. I feel like no child should be exposed to the things like that, and unfortunately, this was a norm. My father died when I was 12 years old. My dad died from AIDS, fighting an addiction. You know, he was a heroin addict, and which, you know, exchanging needles and things and dirty needles. When my dad died, I began to become very expressive with my pen and my pad. And I just began writing. I felt like I could tell my notebook all my secrets. My mom, she would do things like make me read dictionaries and shit. Like if I get in trouble or something, she would be like, A to M. I need 500 words. You just can't go to Siri and be like, how do you say? You got to look it up, sound it out, use supercilious in a sentence. Like, man, what the hell is supercilious? So she developed my vocabulary at a young age extensively. Before I had any admirations of any rappers to want to be any rappers, I was writing. As rap started becoming like the popular genre, the popular trend for my generation, my culture, I was just like, I could rap. I'm already writing poetry. I know hella words. My ability to freestyle was just something that came natural to me. I started investing in myself, in my dreams. $2,000 for the shoes, nothing to go with it. One time. $2,000 for the shoes, nothing to go with it. Looking in my closet like, man, what's gonna go with this? Browsing on the net like nothing touching the dope. 3-page spread on the Huffington Post. We dropped project after project after project, so many different people.
In the 70s, it was heroin, it was smack. In the 80s, it was free bass and crack. In the 90s, it was pills by the pack. Now in 2012, look where Molly got us at. Generation lost, no identity or religion.
My mother was my biggest fan, my biggest supporter, my biggest critic. We were inseparable, just based off the fact it was always just me and her. Through highs and lows, through apartment buildings, through Section 8, through sharing rooms, through motels, through at Granny's house, through recycling just to pay bills, through everything. It was just always me and my mom. And we grew up together. She had me young, so we grew up together. I watched her grow up. That's crazy. My mother was going through stage 4 cancer. And I didn't think I was gonna lose her because my mom was such a fighter. She said, boy, I beat crack. I could beat cancer. At the time that my daughter was born, my mom was dying. And it was like the most bittersweet situation that one can go through. Because here it is you losing your best friend and you gaining a best friend. Everything that I couldn't pull off with my mom, I do for my daughter. My daughter just gave me something to live for, man. My daughter just gave me a whole new rejuvenation of life. And it's imperative that you respect and you utilize every grain of salt, of sand in your life's hourglass. Because you never know when your time is up.
My daughter asked me the other day, Daddy, is you gonna die? I said, we all gotta go, baby. No reasoning why. Just find your purpose while you live and leave a legacy strong. Never seen a man cry till my daddy died in his bed and he gone. Sometimes I wake up thinking that I heard my mama's voice, but I know that I'm dreaming, fighting reality, being poised.
My dreams wasn't just what I was gonna do in rap. It wasn't just get famous, get big, and get money. Nah, it was utilize this fame, utilize your position to help others change position. You wanna come back and do something for the kids? You wanna come back and do something for the community? Go do something and then come back and help.
We celebrated my birthday, it was last week. So.
How was you turning?
Yeah, I turned 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Can we take a picture with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 1, 2,
I ain't had money that long. Like, you know what I mean? But I had some influence and with my influence, being able to galvanize others together and organize. We've done turkey drives, toy giveaways for the past 15 years. Valentine's Day, we've done survivors of domestic abuse seminars. Coming up in August will be the 16th annual backpack giveaway. 16 years, thousands of backpacks full of supplies, full of everything that kids need to tack, you know, and prepare themselves. I knew what it was like to go to school without a backpack. I get a high when kids come up to you and be like, thank you, man. That do something to you. Knowing that you gave somebody belief in their own people. Somebody that shouldn't care, that does care. So to be able to change that narrative, it's one of the greatest blessings a man can experience.